we see in their faces, in their actions, in their deeds, that these are hurting children. Poverty and race, we have no control over those things. Gender, whether their dad is home or their mother is there for them, whether their grandmother can raise them and their 6 brothers and sisters. We don't know what they said no to get to this place. It takes courage. It takes balls to get up and walk through some of America's toughest neighborhoods with a book on your back. For a child to look into the night that appears to them as education, for them to stutter and stammer through words that they cannot pronounce, for them to look at their friends and their friends look at them and each of them wonder what the hell they are doing here. We don't know what they said no to get here. Every single child in this country deserves a world-class education. It is a God-given right. It is the scene at which humanity extends humanity to the littlest among us. The voiceless get a voice. They find themselves in such a way that we begin to see who they are. Gary, you might have a cure for cancer in your 7th grade class. Somewhere between that little boy that you threw out of class and the morning that he had, you might have the next principal and founder of one of America's most successful high schools. You don't know, I don't know, we don't know who we have in our classrooms. Our job is to uncover them, take the soot off of them, and make them into the beautiful beings that our God has made them. I see what we do as a calling. And let me explain what I mean by that, because mine is a different approach. Dr. Campbell called me. I was driving to Rochester, New York on Saturday. She was checking out to make sure I ain't trying to tell you what to say. But if you was going to say something, you may consider the following. You have a strong and beautiful leader who can send you, by the way. What you and I do has got to be a calling. If you wake up on Sunday and you are not fired up about Monday, please God, quit. Brothers and sisters, I have no time for polite speech. I spend too many hours away from my biological sons and my wife and my family and people I love and children who I spend too much time to come here to Gary to make you feel good but not about not being good. When you are called to do something, it is something that you must do. You do not worry about whether or not you're going to be paid for it. You do not worry about whether or not it fits into a contract. You do not worry about whether or not it's okay when the person sitting next to you. You do it because it's right. These are people's children, ladies and gentlemen. This is all that they got. And their little raggedy house that is falling down around them, the only hope that they have is that child that they have birthed. We can get on parents all we want. A pastor, well, I preach it, you would never find me talking about the people weighing in the pews. I ain't got time to talk about people weighing here. Y'all are educated, so I'm going to talk to you. we look at our children, we have to stop the political alliances that we are beginning to form. I am not a Democrat or Republican, I am an educator. Which means for me, the children come first. If you want to see the most dangerous human being on earth, find yourself a detached child. Find a child that does not feel loved or connected. They are unencumbered by a filter or anything that we could ever imagine that will stop them from doing harm to others. They will hurt themselves. Watch as little boys carve their names into their arms. Watch as little girls go with boys who are men, and watch as those men beat on them and treat them like they are trash. Watch what happens when a child doesn't love themselves. Watch how they form gangs. If you want to see this on a larger scale, look at the African American community in terms of an international comparison. Our children's performance internationally is akin to that of Palestine. Stay with me for a second. Palestine. Not necessarily a vacation hotspot. From places such as those, children lose hope early on. What they do there is they see that no one values them. All they want is an education. Places like Darfur, where children don't have access to education, they end up killing one another. They become the lost boys. In our communities, they become gang members. If they don't become gang members, they become baby daddies. Sometimes both in the same day. Gary, if you don't give these children the education that they deserve, you will pay for it. I heard Brother Stevens Foster. We got a running joke back here. Thank you for being here, brother. Talk about a team. He talked about this group as a team. Well, a team as a coach. And I don't hear the players talking about players' rights. They talk about the team first. When we talk about a team of educators, last thing that we will see on a football team is the team wearing different colors than the coaches. They don't come to practice with their team jerseys on. They come with their jerseys on because they understand that they are part of the team. And the team's job is to win. And when we win, what we do is we do graduate more than 50% of our children. Brothers and sisters, we have to be honest with ourselves when we are on a team. If a basketball coach were to win 25% of his games, would he keep his job? I know that the children are poor and black. I know that their parents are not educated. But the question becomes, can you educate them? We can sit there and we can talk about the circumstances that surround them every damn day. They ain't gonna change. You know, like I do, that these children will live and die in poverty unless we do something. We have seen what can happen when children are given access to a quality education. They can come from a horrible home situation. They can come from a foster care situation. They can be abused and neglected. They can be left for dead. But if they can come to your school and feel loved and feel connected, and they will do things that children will do. Just as dangerous as a child who is disconnected is as powerful as a child who is connected. Children have something that adults often lose. That's instinct. We go on wisdom. We've done this a couple times, right? But children's instinct makes it possible for them to tell when a teacher doesn't love them.